I'll say it as a fan and nothing else. Rebuilding the trenches is the only way to save our future, and Andrew Berry has finally pulled the trigger by trading for Texans tackle Titus Howard. It is a massive confirmed move that addresses the glaring void on our offensive line. And honestly, there are two things we need to break down here: the mechanics of this trade and why this is just the beginning of a total roster overhaul. The more the details emerge, the harder it is to ignore the massive shift occurring within the Cleveland Browns. Like, subscribe, and comment your name and city. Let's get into it. The Cleveland Browns have officially set their sights on rebuilding the offensive line for the 2026 season by trading for veteran tackle Titus Howard from the Houston Texans. This move, confirmed by NFL Network insider Ian Rapoport, brings an experienced starter to our roster in exchange for a fifth-round draft pick. Howard, who was selected in the first round of the 2019 draft, arrives in Cleveland with 93 starts under his belt across 7 seasons. As part of this deal, Howard signed a 3-year, $63 million extension, locking him in for the next 4 campaigns. While he has been a consistent pass blocker on the right side, we know he has faced challenges in run blocking throughout his career. Now here's the thing, his versatility is what truly stands out for our front office. Having played 628 snaps at right tackle, 402 at left guard, and 132 at right guard in 2025 alone, he offers Coach Todd Monken options during a period where we face a massive talent vacuum. With so many of our established starters set to hit free agency, the anxiety among the fan base is palpable. We are staring at a complete overhaul of the trenches. Fans are reacting with cautious optimism, relieved that General Manager Andrew Berry is finally addressing the glaring holes that derailed our protection last year. While Howard is a solid piece, he is certainly not the entire solution to our blocking woes. This trade leaves us asking a very difficult question. With such heavy turnover expected in the room, can a single veteran arrival stabilize the unit? Or is this just the first of many desperate measures we will see before training camp begins? We must look closer at the remaining salary cap to see if more help is actually coming. The Cleveland Browns have effectively signaled a total reconstruction of the offensive line by securing Titus Howard in a trade with the Houston Texans for a 5th-round draft pick. This acquisition is a direct response to a looming crisis, as the team faced a potential total collapse of the trenches with major starters, including Joel Bitonio, Jack Conklin, Ethan Posich, Wyatt Teller, Cam Robinson, and Tevin Jenkins all set to hit the open market. Howard, a 2019 first-round pick who has logged 93 starts over 7 seasons, provides immediate stability through a newly minted 3-year, $63 million extension that keeps him in Cleveland for the next 4 campaigns. What makes this even bigger is the sheer versatility he brings to Todd Monken's system, having played 628 snaps at right tackle, 402 at left guard, and 132 at right guard during the 2025 season alone. Behind closed doors, General Manager Andrew Berry is clearly prioritizing plug-and-play durability over the uncertainty of massive free agent bidding wars. While Howard has faced criticism for run blocking, his reputation as a reliable pass protector is exactly what we need to stabilize a unit that functioned like a black hole last year. Historically, our front office has struggled to find consistent continuity along the line, often relying on patchwork solutions that failed to protect the pocket. By securing a veteran who understands the professional grind, the organization is betting that a firm foundation will allow us to win games regardless of who is lined up in the backfield. This move is not merely a depth addition. It is an aggressive mandate to stop the bleeding before the roster reaches the breaking point. With the cap flexibility this trade maintains, Jimmy Haslam and his front office are clearly preparing for a much more active and tactical offseason than we have seen in quite some time. Let's be real, acquiring Titus Howard for a 5th-round draft pick signals a fundamental shift in how we approach this roster rebuild under head coach Todd Monken. The stakes are incredibly high because we entered this offseason with a glaring void across our front line as several key veterans are set to hit the open market. By locking Howard into a 3-year, $63 million extension, General Manager Andrew Berry has secured a versatile cornerstone who brings 93 games of starting experience to our locker room. His ability to seamlessly rotate between right tackle and either guard spot provides us with the positional flexibility required to stabilize a unit that struggled significantly last season. This move is not just about filling a roster spot. It is about establishing a reliable wall to protect our quarterback and dictate the tempo of our offensive scheme. With this addition, we immediately bolster our depth chart, ensuring that we are no longer scrambling to patch holes during crucial matchups against our division rivals. When we look ahead at our schedule, having a veteran with Howard's experience allows us to remain competitive during physical contests where trenches usually decide the outcome of the game. If we want to contend for a playoff spot, winning those battles at the line of scrimmage is non-negotiable. While our rivals in the AFC North remain formidable, this acquisition proves that we are committed to rebuilding a sustainable, high-caliber offensive front that can hold up over the grind of a full season. Howard brings the grit we need, and by making this move early, the team is positioning itself to be much more aggressive as other free agency opportunities arise. We finally have a veteran anchor who understands the professional standard needed to change this program and win important games for us this year. The Browns made a bold splash by trading a 5th-round draft pick for Titus Howard, securing an anchor for our struggling offensive line. The upside is clear because Howard brings immense versatility, having logged significant snaps at right tackle and both guard spots throughout his career. This flexibility is vital for general manager Andrew Berry as he navigates a looming free agency period where stalwarts like Joel Bitonio, Jack Conklin, Ethan Posich, Wyatt Teller, Cam Robinson, and Teven Jenkins may depart. And I cannot stress this enough, adding a proven starter who is under contract for 4 more years provides the stability we desperately need. However, the risk remains that Howard has historically struggled with run blocking, which could leave our ground game exposed despite his solid pass protection skills. Ian Rappaport reported that Howard himself seems eager to turn the city up, yet league circles are buzzing with mixed reactions. While some analysts praise the move as a foundational step, others worry that Houston offloading a 7-year veteran signals a decline in his efficiency. The Texans are clearly shifting priorities toward younger assets and clearing cap space for players like Will Anderson Jr., which leaves us wondering if this is a true upgrade or a stopgap. Here is where I land on this. While the versatility is an asset, calling this an immediate cure, all for our offensive woes feels like an overstatement of his current value. We have seen versatile linemen fail to stabilize a unit before, and his documented struggles in the run game cannot be ignored. I appreciate the aggression from the front office, but we should remain cautious until we see how this entire unit takes shape during training camp. Getting a starter for a 5th-rounder is smart business, but we must demand more than just flexibility to truly compete at the highest level in 2026. When we take the trade for Titus Howard and look at the broader strategy for the Cleveland Browns, a clear vision for our future finally begins to take shape. This move marks the start of a necessary rebuild under Todd Monken as we prepare to overhaul a roster that faced significant voids last season. And here's why that's a big deal. By securing a veteran who started 93 games and locking him into a 3-year, $63 million extension, Andrew Berry is signaling that we are done leaving our success to chance. We should feel a sense of cautious optimism heading into this season because this acquisition adds immediate stability. Howard brings the kind of position flexibility we desperately need, having played hundreds of snaps at right tackle and both guard spots throughout his tenure in Houston, according to Ian Rappaport. While it is true he has faced challenges with run blocking, his track record as a solid pass blocker provides the baseline competence we lacked when so many of our other linemen hit the open market. This is not just a quick fix, but a calculated step toward building a sustainable foundation for our organization under Jimmy Haslam. We are clearly prioritizing durability and versatility to ensure that our quarterback has the protection required to compete in a tough division. It is a fundamental shift toward accountability and long-term planning that every fan should appreciate as we navigate this transition period. With this acquisition now on the books, do you believe Titus Howard should prioritize playing at right tackle or moving inside to a guard position this season? If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Dog Pound, I'll see you in the next one.